This is the last remaining Belgian stretch of First World War trenches echoing its history. And this is only one of the almost countless stops that we have here when we're traveling through history through the Flanders Fields. Welcome to another crazy ride and welcome to the Flanders Fields motorcycle tour. And in this video we are showing you our one and only ride that is filled with World War I memorials. Hi, Muriel here, together with Johan. We are here to help you explore Europe on two wheels, from our insider tips in our ebooks and ready-to-ride GPX files, both downloadable from our website, to the video guides here on this channel. We've got everything you need to plan your self-guided motorcycle tour, because, well, sharing the fun of road tripping is what we're all about here at Crazy Rides. And today we embark on this ride through the historic area surrounding Ypres, our central point of our Flanders Fields tour, which is brimming with World War I history, well, we're up for a good ride. And while we will be cruising this picturesque landscape, we also have several stops to explore some landmarks here in this area, and of course pay our respect to all the brave souls that have been fighting here. But this area has so many memorials that we can't stop at all of them, but we will try to point them out at least, so you can decide if you want to stop or not. So I will say, let's go crazy! Well, like I said, there's memorials everywhere. We've already passed a few of the smaller cemeteries, but we do want to point out this one because we're now passing the Deutscher Soldatenfriedhof to the right, and there's the graves of almost 25,000 German. Well, and that statue over there is a Canadian memorial, and it commemorates I think it was the Canadian 1st Division that withstood the first gas attack here during the Second Battle of Ypres.
Percival Thomas Weir Stephenson, age unknown. Walter Mellish Campbell, age 21. Harry Sharples, age 25.
Our first real stop of this ride is here at the Tyne Cot Cemetery, which is the world's largest Commonwealth war grave by the Commonwealth War Graves Commission, and it has the graves of 11,961 Commonwealth soldiers here, situated in the area that was known as the Ypres Salient, where fighting had been going on continuously for the 4 years of World War I. There is a visitor center and a toilet, but no cafe to have a coffee stop. So we have added a coffee stop very close in the village of Passendale if you really want coffee. Another stop that we can recommend making is here at the Diksmuide Dodengang, the Trench of Death, because this is the last remaining stretch of First World War trenches in Belgium. And through interactive screens, film footage, pictures and some items, but of course the trenches itself, you can discover the hellish circumstances of living in the trenches. Of course, we will share the link for more information in the ebook that you can download from our website as soon as you've added this ride to your account. We were here one day early because they are open daily from April 1st to November 15th. Well, and Diksmuide is also one of those really nice Flanders cities. And as Yper, it has this Grote Markt, big square, that one. And I think you should be able to park your bike somewhere down here. And there's a lot of bars and restaurants and stuff. So if you want to have lunch, this is a nice spot. Diksmuide. Well, and maybe you've already seen it when we were entering Diksmuide, but that down there is called the IJzertoren, as this is the river IJzer, and it's a peace monument, and I think it was here since 1930, and the base of the monument says no more war in the 4 languages of the warring countries. So nooit meer oorlog, jamais plus de guerre, nie wieder Krieg, and no more war. But well, that didn't last very long, did it? We are now in Poperinge, and if you want you can add a stop here just for a drink, or maybe you'd like to visit 2 other interesting sites, because here in Poperinge you have the Talbot House, and it is to our left down here, because this was a place where the soldiers kind of relaxed during the war as much as possible. So that's the Talbot House, Every Man's Club. So that has quite some history. But we get to the big square where you will be able to have a drink. But if you go to the town hall. In the courtyard of the town hall there is also this execution pool where a lot of dessert is ended, I would say. But we will be going straight to our last stop, I think, in this ride, because we are planning to visit the museum down there. But look at this, this is nice. This is Poperinge. And you can see down that sign, Executieplatz Dodenzellen. So that's the execution. I think it's closed now, but so we are now climbing the Camelberg, and that statue down there, also called the Fallen Angel or Den Engel, is in commemoration of all the French soldiers who have been fighting here, especially during the Third Battle of Ypres, here at the Camelberg in the spring of 1918. And I don't think that you can see it from the road, but this is called the Pool of Peace, and that's a bomb crater that's now filled with water. And there is a cemetery just behind it, the Lone Tree Cemetery. Oh, that's the cemetery. The Lone Tree Cemetery. Our journey here through the Flanders fields is almost at an end as we are slowly approaching Ypres, but we do want to highlight one last possible stop here at the Passchendaele Museum. And they say with the Passchendaele Experience 1917 that you will find yourself in the landscape of 1917, and then the Battle of Passchendaele is presented chronologically. Of course, we will share the link to this museum in our ebook that you can download from our website, but do know that last entrance is at 4:30. So take that in mind if you're trying to get here. as you can probably see, we are back in Ypres and we are approaching the Menenpoort, the Menen Gate, and they still have a nightly ceremony honoring the fallen soldiers in World War One. And of course, because we think it's one of the highlights of what to do in Ypres, this is in our video with our tips on what to do in Ypres. So check it out, it will be in the middle of your screen. And well, we think that with all the tips in the ebook that you can download, but also the GPX file that you can download, together with this video guide, you've got everything to well, enjoy your Flanders Fields motorcycle tour. And then well, we hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did and want to help us share the fun of road tripping, then please hit that like button, subscribe and hit that bell as well, so we will see you on our next crazy ride.